Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to episode 36 of Supercruise News. Every time I have to get, I have to
It's
think
been a
about
lot,
it.
Zach.
It's been a lot, actually, hasn't it? I mean, it's taken a while to get to 36, but we're here. Many more to come. How are you doing today, Al?
I'm good, thank you, mate. It's been a busy few weeks, as I'm sure everyone will know. We've been hard at work behind the scenes trying to get some things sorted out, trying to rearrange a lot of stuff we're going to talk about in a moment. But I'll let you sort of tee off, Zach, because I don't want to hijack the show. I have a habit of just rambling on and talking about loads of stuff
That's all right.
when you've got a carefully laid out plan in front of us.
The plan never. We have a plan, but it never goes that way, does it? But
No,
yeah, we
no,
can
not when I'm
try.
involved today.
We can try. Yeah. So hello everybody. Who've we got in chat? We've got Orange Phoenix 07. We've got Elfinog 07. At top, hello, hello. Someone asking if they've got more than one room. No, this is the same room. I just haven't got the lights on because it's too hot to close the
Oh
window.
wow, actually, Zach, that's the first time I've seen your room without the lights on in the background. Because I've got the stream, but it's delayed. So I just looked at the camera and I was
Yeah,
like, "Oh wow, yeah, it looks entirely different,
it's
Zach."
just the same room. Exactly, just lighting. That's what it can
You can
do.
tell it's that interesting dog statue lamp you have in the background.
It's still there. That it still has to be in the forefront of all streams. But yeah, welcome on in everybody. If you've not joined us before, this is Supercruise News, which is our typically weekly news show where we talk about things that are happening in game, things that are happening in the community, the sort of stuff that you're getting up to, and then we try and dive into the game and see what we can. We tend to just mess about. Sometimes things go right. Most of the time, we end up dying or being put into a prison ship.
Killed
That's a
by
very
Bruce.
common. Yeah, killed by Bruce. That's very common. But yeah, today is going to be a fairly busy one. We've got quite a bit to talk about. So, is there anything you want to say after before we jump in, or should we just get straight to it?
No, I mean, I've been watching the chat going through. Obviously, I understand players' frustrations and anger. I'll just ask anyone. The mods do a fantastic job, so please just keep your messages civil. I'll say this much. I said it before in the stream. I am very protective of my team. We understand you have concerns and things you want to talk about, and we will get to those. But as I said before, I don't tolerate sort of language which is sort of rude, offensive, aggressive. You do yourself no favors because it means I won't read your message. So please just keep it civil for everyone's sake. It's a lot of work being done, and we're working hard to work with you. So please just keep it civil as much as you can. It's very much appreciated from the team and I. And that's it, really.
Yeah. Okay. So, without further ado, first thing we want to talk about is we want to talk about a new approach to comms. So, we obviously put out the roadmap post last week, and if you've not seen that, if you're on Twitch, you can put exclamation point roadmap in the chat, and that'll head you straight to the forums. And underneath that roadmap, which we will talk about soon, we also said that we want to, we've been listening to your feedback, and we want to change the way that we communicate going forward. So, Arf, do you want to give us a Obviously, we've not got the full details for you right now, but can you give us a quick rundown of what that means, maybe?
Sure, of course. One of the things we've listened to, and I've been sort of the team and I have been sort of relaying back, sort of loud and clear, is that the community want to know more about what's going on with the development of Odyssey, what comes up, when fixes are going to come in, sort of what they'll be focusing on, and then generally just being kept along with the overall scope of the development. So we went back and I spoke to the team at length. It wasn't something that was taken lightly, and said like, look, what were the actual plans for Odyssey in terms of like what do we have in our immediate future? Obviously, the community want to know about the long-term roadmap and how does that look. So we came up with obviously the immediate roadmap, which is focusing on making sure that Odyssey is in the state we want it to be in and comfortable in. So that's those 5 key updates, of which we've had 2. Now, I understand people's frustrations about this. Now, one of the things about changing our communication is just being honest, which is what I've seen people here and say that please be transparent. I'm being transparent. I've asked exactly what we're going to be getting, and I'm running through it with you now, and I will go through why we're getting it and why that's going to happen. So I said this way back when I first joined, and I was like, we at Frontier are listening to of what you said, and one of the things I'm very conscious of is like a no answer is worse than a bad answer. I'd rather give you news you may not want to hear than not give you any news at all. And that's one of the things you're going to find will be the cornerstone for what we do going forwards from this point on. So we have these 5 key updates, of which you're going to see one drop on Thursday, and we've got some information to share with you on that. And they're going to run every single Thursday. And the reason we do it every single Thursday is so we try and alleviate as much downtime as possible. That's why they're every single Thursday, because that's when we run our routine maintenance. I saw some of the feedback around the roadmap and people not being happy with the multiple fixes and improvements quote. Now, the reason that was put in there, and I will take that one square on the chin, is because the key focus points are the 2 points underneath. The reason I don't list out every single key focus and improvement is because it does say in a paragraph underneath, each one of these updates are huge. The update 1 was 180 fixes and improvements, I think. Update 2 was 181. I can't list all of those out. And furthermore, just being open and honest, sometimes these fixes are being tested right until the last moment, and some will be working and be fine until the last minute, and then they'll come out. And what I don't want to do is list out 3-4 weeks in advance what's going to be coming, and then it doesn't come in, and then you guys get disappointed. So I'm going to be saying, this is what we're going to put in. We'll release our, another reason why we don't put our patch notes out until the day it goes live. And even then, you'll notice, because nothing survives first contact, sometimes the patch notes will go and say, hey, this thing's been fixed. And then we find out 2 hours later, if for whatever reason, it hasn't stuck. So that is why that roadmap reads the way it is. Post update 5, it goes on to talk about the 2 big things I know you all care a lot about, and we care massively about, which is obviously optimization and the planetary tech and lighting. You'll see by the email, I wish we had that as a thingy. What's the command thing? Exclamation command. Might have it. I don't know.
Which one?
When we talked about getting the email in for your graphical situations in terms of like setups, why we're having such a variance. Obviously, watching chat, I'm seeing people saying, look, I'm running in a 3080, but only getting 40 to 50 frames. I'm seeing someone saying I'm running it in a 2080, and it's running flawlessly. I have a 1080 Ti, my personal PC. It runs on high settings, and I get 60 frames, and it drops to 30 to 40 frames at settlements. Everyone's setup is different. This has been an issue that we weren't expecting, and it's hit us really hard. That's just us being honest. It's not a quick fix for us to go in there and flick a switch. By God, if we could do that, we would absolutely go in there and flick that switch and fix it. We are gathering as much information as we can do, and we're bringing it all in, and we're gonna look to investigate how well we can do that. We wanted to be able to tell you on Thursday, but on Friday, so the 4th, I lobbied against it until we had a firm understanding of when we could get these fixes in. I don't want to rush the dev team to force an answer because they think they have to say something. I'd much rather give you the right answer, which we'll have at the end of June once they've collated everything, and be like, right, okay, we know where we sit with this. We know how easy or how difficult these optimization milestones will be. And once we have that information, we will pass that on. Now, that's not to say that between updates tomorrow, next Thursday and Thursday after, there won't be incremental changes. Now, I'll bring you along for the road, which is what I've promised we'll do, and I'll do it now. So I had a publishing meeting today where we talked about the various updates. There will be some performance enhancements in the next update, small ones. There should be some big wins in the following update. All goes to plan. It's development, and it's never as easy as what we think it's going to be. Something we're working fine till the last minute, and then it goes horribly wrong when we least expect it. That is just, unfortunately, one of the byproducts of working in this industry, and it's very, very difficult. And I will take Odyssey as an example, and the alpha that people asked us about. That alpha for us was incredibly successful. It worked. It was stable. As far as we were concerned, it did exactly what it wanted to do. We got the information. We popped it in the system. We merged these 2 humongous worlds together, and then obviously things just exploded and went horribly wrong. And it's not stuff we planned for. And I do understand, and we do understand players' frustrations about not being able to play the game, connectivity issues, which are a huge deal for us. We certainly didn't want that, and there's no way we'd have pressed that button if we knew that was what the issues were going to be, right? And to say otherwise, I don't understand that mindset. There's no way we would have done that. Everybody, devs, exec, was up every single day, every single evening, trying to work those problems out, and they still work late into the evening to try and get this stuff sorted out and fixed. So in terms of how we're going to approach our communications going forward, it's this level of, I'm just going to be honest. I speak to the devs on a daily basis. I speak to the UI team about UI because I know it's an issue. I speak to the rendering team and the lead program. And every single person is busy trying to fix this stuff. And if we can't fix something immediately, I'm going to tell you and say it's going to be a wait because it's a bigger job. And I think you'd much rather hear that than me say, I have nothing to say right now, we'll be more on this in the future. That is not something I want to be telling you anymore. Post update 5, once we so at the end of June, we'll be able to deliver to you sort of where we're at, when we'll talk to you about where we're sitting. We think Odyssey sits, and where we're going to be focusing our attention, and then where we look at performance and sort of planetary tech, etc. That's going to come at the end of June. That gives us a time to assess it. In terms of our comms that goes after that, every single month we're going to have a developer. We haven't decided a name yet. Again, in the spirit of being honest, you haven't named anything yet. We're going to have a show with key members of development that are going to come on and talk and bring us all through the journey of development. So how it's going to sit with the optimization, how console development is going, what features we can talk about, because there are features that will be coming into Odyssey that we are keeping and we'll be adding in as extras to the game, which I think are really, really cool and really, really fun. And we'll do that month on month. Now, that's not to say if something breaks in the game, we're just going to ignore it and won't be doing stuff behind the scenes, because that will always continue. That's not going to stop. But our focus will be post-update 5. If we got it in a stable position, we're focusing on the optimization and the planetary tech stuff, and obviously getting stuff ready for console launch. And the next big question I know you're all going to ask me is console launch. I will fight very hard to get a specific release date for console launch, but I'm going to be entirely honest with you all. That's not how working a development of a product goes. You have a rough date in mind, but consoles and any product has to meet certain milestones to make sure things are working, and those dates consistently shift. So you don't really have a firm date until you're closer to the time. But I will go away, I'll see what messaging we can give you around that, and then I'd like to bring you on with that journey, be it for good or for whatever. I think it's only fair that whenever something happens, goes right, goes wrong, we tell you, we inform you, and that way everyone knows where we're at. I think that kind of covers off how I want to approach communication. I think it covers off the roadmap and what went out. I'm not sure if I've missed anything out.
No, I don't think so.
I'm trying to look at chat to see if there's anything. This chat, I'm going to look at your questions again. If you've got questions for me, throw it in and ask me. I'll answer what I can now, honestly. I'll give that 5 or 6 seconds. It's not. I won't. I'll give it a little while to have a look. I'm just looking at my notes over here and what comes next, so we can discuss it. Obviously, we've got some stuff to show you about Thursday's fix for the Commander loadout UI flow, so that will go in there. So Ulbrich says Arc skins have changed. Why? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Ulbrich, do you mean as in it's the lighting has changed, or I'm not sure? So please, can you be a little bit more specific on that? Any news on the darkness? Yes, we are well aware that there's like the optimization and the game's sort of how it looks is trust me, it was when the publishing meeting today. They have a working solution they're pushing through at the moment. And if it all goes to light, it's bad.
Well, I guess that works.
I should get the door and go. They are aware of the game. Essentially, look, it's broad strokes when I say this, and I'll get murdered for it, but I'll just talk the way I talk. The game's too dark. So that is being looked at as a priority, and we're hoping that we'll have that remedied by the next couple of weeks. That's the plan at the moment. But as I said, I'm going to be honest with you, and I will take you with the journey that I'm on. If we find out it doesn't work and we have to go back to the drawing board, I will tell you.
I saw somebody there say, any plan to increase CM activity in the forums? Yes. We are definitely actually working on a structural plan in which we will have at least one member of the community team will be actively looking at the forums each day. Obviously, we do that generally throughout the day, but one person will be, assigned that day will be looking at the forums, and then everybody else in the team can drop in and drop out, but one person will be assigned to the forums for one day of the week.
Dram Edwardson, I've seen a few questions about VR. I'll tell you what, I'll get Bruce to compile a list of questions around VR and what guys and girls want for VR answered, and I'll get those for you as soon as I can. So I won't say as soon as you can. I will get the answers for you by, let's give me a week, so next Tuesday. I might be off on holiday next week. But I'll get the answer for next week. If it'll be me saying it, or Bruce will be saying it, or Zach will be saying it, or Sally will be saying it, or Paul will be saying it, I'll get the answer for next week. So we'll get one of those forum posts up today. Someone asked me what I'm drinking. It's orange.
Nice.
No alcohol yet.
I'm just on straight water. Keep hydrated, chat. It's very important.
Straight water.
Straight water.
That's hardcore, Zach. No ice.
No
straight
ice.
Water.
Just straight.
No worries. You guys look like you need a long holiday. I think I look like I need a long holiday, but I think that's just my default setting. No, we're fine. We're fine. Honestly, look, I couldn't ask for a better team, and the team and I all know that people's frustrations and anger are born out of the love for the game. We understand that. The development team understand that. It's about making sure that we get that information across in the best way possible that makes the journeys as efficient as possible. So when we see what's wrong, we can go in there and fix it as fast as we can. And to give an example, like when we see that something's not working, be as specific as possible, because just to say like lasers aren't working, but not tell us why, just adds that extra chain to the thing. So the more direct you can be, the better.
Yep.
Zedix Becky, nice to meet you. Good. Sorry, excuse me.
Someone just said, you're on with Zach. Alcohol will soon be involved, I'm sure. Where is this slander coming from?
I don't know. Someone's asked a question about ship interiors. There are no plans for ship interiors. I said this in way back when, I think, just after I joined. There are no plans for ship interiors. As I said before, I don't believe in giving no answer. It's worse than giving an answer I think people don't want to hear. But there are no plans for ship interiors. Someone's asked, is the parent tech works as intended? So if you're asking, is it working as intended? No, and there's multiple levels for that. Okay, and I don't want to go in and overstep my mark with dev. I think we've cleared this up. There's some issues around graphical issues that are compounding other issues. So there's a huge sphere around unintentional puns today, Zach. It's like bingo. There's a lot.
I didn't even clock that one.
Stuff at work here with Planetary Deck. It's not just about a button you press. And also, I want players to understand that you're seeing things that shouldn't be displayed the way they should be displayed. There are clearly graphical errors that are being remedied and fixed every single update. So we want to get to update 5 and see how that works. And then we'll take a look at the bigger picture. I will say this as well, and I'm just talking as a player here, not from FDev or from exec level. This is me as a player. I will stress this. People ask me stuff like, will we ever see Pramesh 2C again or planets like it? The answer is they are very well in the game. You just haven't found them. A lot of players at the moment have gone to planets that are existing. I've seen that they have changed, but they've not broadened their scope and gone further afield. I've seen pictures of players in canyons. I've seen pictures of players with sort of speed bowls and dune buggies and stuff like that. They are out there, but it's something we're not just going to dismiss out of hand. But be under no illusions that, if you're asking us to press a button, or you want FDev, us to press a button and rebake every single planet, it's a huge undertaking and one we won't take lightly. So we're listening, but we are also watching and seeing what people and players are doing. But to answer your question pertinently, is it working as intended at the moment? No, because there's a multitude of things you are seeing that are incorrect. Psychic, will module storage increase anytime soon? It's on my list of things to push for. I haven't seen it come through as a definitive answer as yes, it's going to increase anytime soon, but I know it's an ask, so it's something I'm going back with.
Mm-hmm.
I did find many mountains and canyons. They are out there. They are out there. Declan, why is Rackham's Peak broken? Again, can you please be specific? And if it is, please raise a ticket on it. It's something, obviously, Rackham's Peak is close to many people's hearts. A very wonderful place to go. And someone just said there about using language development is hard. I won't ever stop using that language, because to say it's not would be very disingenuous to the development team. One of the things about being honest is it's being two ways. I will listen to criticism and feedback, but one thing I won't do is ever tell you what it's not. If you're going to tell me that development of Odyssey is easy, or changing stuff in a live service game on a scale of a 1-to-1 scale of the Milky Way galaxy is going to be an easy fix, or isn't going to be difficult, or won't be fraught with perils and dangers and things that will go wrong, then I'll tell you you're simply incorrect. This game is a huge beast with fidelity from the galactic scale right the way down to the micro-millimeter scale. There is always going to be room for things to go wrong. So development will be hard, and there will be times we make mistakes. That's honest. Cross-platform, there are no plans for cross-platform. Oh, blimey, chat is moving pretty fast.
Very fast.
Arthur bobblehead. I don't think you wouldn't want it. You wouldn't want Arthur Tommy bobblehead, because the glare of the lights would just you wouldn't be able to go anywhere. Every system would be at least a binary star. Any change to planetary frames coming? Yes, I did mention that earlier on, Spec, if you missed it. There will be incremental changes in patch 3. and we're hoping to have a bigger increment in patch 4. I keep going patch update 4, but that may, if as long as all the fixes take, and I'm just being honest, then we hope that goes in 4. Outside of that, we have, I think, in the inbox for that particular issue around sort of graphics cards and why they vary so much. We have 621, I want to say, emails that are in that inbox that have come through since that's gone live, and that's all been fed into the dev team so they can try and assess what's going on. By the end of June, we'll understand how big an issue that is for us to try and fix, and whether we can do it in a big update once, or whether we'll have to wait till later on down the line. Are you looking at a huge BGS lag between tick state update and I've missed it info update? BGS is high on our agenda. I've missed the last part of that question. I'm really sorry. We understand that Odyssey has caused some issues with BGS, and I'm not ignoring that because I know players sink thousands of hours into that collectively. So I'm super conscious of it, and we have big discussions about it. So please, if you have a huge issue with BGS, can you please just log a ticket and let us know. Sorry, I missed the rest of that question. Is Vista Generics or Interstellar Factor to be added fleet carriers anytime soon? It's not. I have no news in it in terms of like I can't tell you yes, it's going to be added. It's something that we know is awareness of what players want, so it's in discussion at the moment. Whether or not we'll be able to add it, I don't know. That's the honest answer. But I'll come back to you if that changes. Sharing missions with the team when update 5, which will be 3 weeks from now. Yeah, 3 weeks now. It will be sharing missions. When will we finally get freckles from our characters? I could do without my freckles, to be fair.
Osric says, do you have any updates on the issue tracker? We can't go into specific detail right now, but we are actually working on something which will be showing in the next coming weeks, which will alleviate some of the concerns that some people have where, sometimes it can seem like things can get into the issue tracker and maybe not be seen. We're actually going to be, heading that front on and working on that in the next couple of weeks. So we'll have more to share very, very soon on that one.
Cool. Someone said about geological locations being different in Odysseys to Horizons. They will be because of the new remapping of planets. You should find stuff like Guardian sites, Thargoid, so it should be on the planet. They may have changed location slightly, but they'll still be there. But in terms of like specific geological sites, I don't know this was the right answer for that. I believe they should still be on the planet because it's based around if the planet would support them or not. But whether they'll still be in the same location is unlikely. Arthur, how do you compare to Zach in hours played in Elite? I don't know, actually. I've not looked at it. But it's really hard to tell because we spend a lot of time on dev accounts. Yeah. And then I've got my Xbox account, and then I've got my PC account. So I don't know.
You might have more. Answer. I mean, I suspect you would have more at this point.
I don't know, mate. You're pretty tidy at Elite. Apart from that time I watched you crash. Are Thargoids coming to Odyssey? Well, Thargoids are in the Elite Dangerous universe, so Odyssey exists in the same universe. If you're talking about on foot, there's nothing to talk about that at this moment in time.
Are these questions coming only from Twitch? Says JSB on YouTube.
That's a very fair comment, actually. The questions that I'm reading are because I can only see Twitch on my chat, so that's a very fair comment. Zach, do you want to throw some questions from YouTube because I can't see it?
Yeah, if I see some come through, I shall point them out.
Okay. So apologies. Sorry, you don't need to know this, but in the spirit of being open and honest, last week, which was exactly the last time I needed it to happen, my laptop literally blew up. And I say blew up, it just stopped working. So I had to go in, get the motherboard changed. So everything was rejigged. I had to transfer files and transfer them back. It was just an absolute nightmare last week. I've covered ship interiors several times already on here, so I'm not going to go into that again. There are no plans for ship interiors.
Mm-hmm. Spoofer says performance. Obviously, we'll be working on that incrementally.
Yeah. Google 2149. Can we get information on FD disabled fleet carriers in Rackham's Peak? Let me check on that. I will find out actually. Zach, what I'm saying is, can you ping Bruce to follow up on that? Because I did see something fly through that they was investigating an issue where something was causing players in that region to be stuck. So they may have suspended it without telling us, just to try and release the players and fix that particular issue. Let me check on Rackham's Peak. Piglet, thank you. I need to get back and do some more console streaming as well, so I'd love to join you guys some pew pew pew. How many Figos does it take to change a light bulb? 7, and that's a scientific fact. Turbo Tony, I'm going to get a list of stuff for VR questions that I can try and get back to you next Tuesday. Any more questions from YouTube before we move on? I don't want
to. Just a few questions about updates. Is there any updates planned for CQC? Not right now. It is something that I personally would like to see updates for in the future, but as of right now, there are no plans.
Cool. I've seen some nice messages to the team there. Thank you for the support. It's appreciated. Are we getting enough rest? We get enough rest. It's all good. Premium suits. Flintlock says premium suits and weapon spawning. Any info on that just yet? I feel this is the question you asked me, Flintlock, and I've probably forgotten to come back to you on. Are you asking me whether or not it's you buy it and it's there for everyone, or it should be, as I understand it from Darren, because I had to go and clarify this, how it should work is if you find something and it's really rare and it's in a particular location and you buy it, then it's gone because it's that one rare commodity. So it's not going to be there for everyone. Yeah. That's how it should work. If it's not working that way, then it's not working as intended. Arthur, you drinking enough water? I think so.
I hope so.
I think so.
Simeon,
I'm burping a lot, which is never a good look.
Simeon on YouTube says, will we see a rethink of the UI based on player feedback? So, yes, we've actually got a bit of information on that we'll share with you shortly in terms of Commander loadout UI, which is going to be coming in the upcoming update. But as you've seen on the forums, we've been gathering your feedback on the other parts of the UI, which we will be addressing in the further updates also.
Yeah, and in terms of just to give you transparency, we had a meeting with we have now a weekly meeting on a Wednesday with the UI team, and I would tell you this much: you'll never the team that when they we'll have them on the show post update 5, because then you'll see all the work they've gone in listening to you guys on the UI, but they are super dedicated to making that experience as best they can make it. And it's not just, you have to remember when they're talking about doing UI, it's not just for extent. I will use real words in a moment. It's not just for an existing player base. It's also for any potential new players that come into Elite. So they're trying to work out how best to do that. And like anything, you wait, you do what you think is the right thing to do, and it comes back, and players like some things, dislike other things, and they'll make changes. I think you're going to be very happy with the stuff they're going to do with outfitting. They're already hard at work on that stuff. That's not coming until update 5, but they are keen to get your feedback and work it through. So it's outfitting, we've got suits, and we've got, I'm going to forget it.
The Galaxy Map system.
Galaxy Map is also going in there as well. Someone's asked me, how do I equip the Artemis suit? You should just be able to do that from any loadout screen. So if you do it in the station terminal, your ship, your SRV. Heather G's just posted that list there for the issue tracker. We'll get some news on that. Thank you very much, Heather, for posting the tracker link.
Someone said, with all the fixes going on, are you guys still working on storylines as well? We'll actually have a bit more about that in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The straight answer is yes.
Someone said, ooh, wah, wah, rah. And to which I can only respond, rah, rah, ooh, rah, rah, rah.
Somebody on YouTube said, will Odyssey hotfixes be deployed through console release? Alf, do you want to, I guess, clarify on...
Say that again, mate. My fan kicked in just as you started asking that question.
Will Odyssey hotfixes be released through to console release?
Yeah, so, right. Okay, so that's a good question. So, yes, if something crops up that is sort of causing a massive issue and needs to be fixed, then, of course, we'll fix it. And that also goes on to all the other stuff that people talk about balancing and sort of all the other shenanigans that we can be constantly monitoring and changing. So yes, we will. Every time you do an update, essentially it's a brand new build of the game, which is why it comes up 4 point whatever it's going to be. So that's a huge amount of work that goes into those massive updates, which is why it takes so much manpower I should say manpower resource, sorry, to deploy them. A hotfix is a very specific targeted, is what it is, right? We're looking at a certain problem, we're going to go in there, we're going to change it. It's a bit easier to deploy. So yes, they'll still go ahead if and when they're required.
Yep. Somebody asking what salvation is up to. Interesting question.
Dun, dun, dun. Dethan, did I get an answer about Rackham's Peak yet? Not just yet. Please give me more than 10 minutes to find you an answer to a question in the game. But I'll tell you what, let's try it. Let's try and get Bruce on it.
Yeah,
Release the hound.
Bruce is
Send
aware.
Bruce, tell him to hassle everyone and just find out what's going on with Rackham's Peak. Because clearly it's happening, so let's find out.
Right. Should we move on, Arthur, and we can keep answering questions as they come through, or
Sure.
do you want to keep going for a bit?
No, I'm fine. I'm just, as I said, I hope this just sets the tone for what to expect going forward. So
Yeah.
I will tell you the answer whether I think you're going to like it or not. That's basically what I'm going to be doing, and it's what everyone here at Frontier is committed to. So I think that is as transparent as you can get. I don't think you get any more transparent than that.
Yep. Okay, so on that same note, as we said, as we go forward, starting within the next few weeks, we are going to be sharing more about the development process and things that we're doing behind the scenes, what we're working on. And obviously with Update 3 coming on Thursday, one of the things that we are focusing on is the Commander Loadout UI. So if everything works, if my working from home setup doesn't combust, which can happen, especially in this heat, I've got a bit of information for you on that. So let me just switch over. So this is specifically going to be addressing the commander sort of suit loadout. So when you equip your weapons and your suits, this is what we're tweaking. So the loadout flow is going to be clearer. So after you've selected a new loadout, you'll actually, instead of having to, you basically get locked into a suit choice right now, you're going to be able to swap your suits out, free will, and you can basically select your base suit. And then once you've done that, you'll go into select your weapons. And then we're also tweaking so that you'll be able to add suit and weapon cosmetics from this point. So in the game at the minute, you can't actually add suit and weapon cosmetics until you've saved your loadout and then you go back in. So we're actually going to add a little bit here. So when you're creating your loadout for the first time, you can then go in and you can, okay, I want this cosmetic in straight away. You don't have to deal with that. And we're also slightly tweaking the browser part as well. So at the minute, when you go in there, the default is, I believe, when you select your loadout, the default goes to the primary weapon. A quick fix, we've changed it so that the default will be to use loadout, so you'll switch to your loadout quicker. That'll save you a few seconds of time. Your current loadout, in fact, what I'll do is I'll show you the game. This is, let me see. This is the current build, right? This is the build that you're all playing. Your current loadout in the new version will be the first thing that you see. It'll say current loadout, and then you can click into that. So that, again, will save you a bit of time. And then we've also got a toast notification. So I had to look at what a toast notification is, Arf. I don't know if you know this.
A toast notification?
Yeah, a toast.
You get it every morning, don't you?
Yeah, from downstairs.
Yeah.
No, a toast notification, if you don't know, is, I've actually got an image of it. So you'll get a thing like you can see in the bottom right where it says loadout created, but you'll actually get that when you switch to a new loadout. So it's just a bit more of a confirmation on you've actually successfully switched your loadout. So I guess the idea is that it's like toast popping up. It pops up, it's there for a few seconds, and then it goes away. And then, and also you'll be able to replace the suit, like I said, within the loadout. So you won't need to, start again from scratch. It is worth noting that some of the stuff, so like the current loadout being first and the toast notification might push to updates 4 and 5, but they are in the works and they are coming. But yeah, obviously this is the first step in some of the UI tweaks. The outfitting and the system map are bigger jobs. So this is the stuff that we can show you now on the stuff that we've immediately been able to fix and based on your feedback. But obviously, don't worry, we're not ignoring the other stuff. This is just stuff that we can show you now. And this is the kind of thing that we actually want to do more of, which is start showing you and talking to you about the sort of things that we're doing behind the scenes that are going to be upcoming in the patches. So yeah, hope you enjoyed a little sneak peek on the new loadout UI. Arthur, before we jump into the community stuff, we might end up going quite long today, but that's fine.
Okay. I just want to pick up a few questions. I can see people saying that you should concentrate on graphics, low issue, FPS before the suit, just in my opinion. It's not just your opinion, it's everyone's opinion. And we're constantly looking at the optimization, which we've said time and time again. It's not a fix, it's going to happen overnight. Every single update, there are constant fixes, why it says multiple fixes and improvements, where we should see incremental increases in FPS and optimization across these 5 updates. We're not ignoring you. We're not sitting here saying, oh, you know what, we're just going to do other things and not focus on it. It's not an easy thing to just do. There's something obviously we're trying to work out that isn't working properly, and the team are on it. Trust me when I tell you they are on it and they're working as hard as they can do. But there's also feedback in the speed and how the game feels, and these things will change. And again, I've seen a lot of people asking about ship outfitting. It's also in the works, along with Galaxy and System Map UI. The team are very busily reading through all the feedback we've collated for them via the forum threads and just general feedback. They also read the threads, they also play the game, they also see what you're saying online. And a lot of the stuff that's going in, we had a very brief chat with, I keep saying his name wrong, it's Gutier?
I'm not sure.
I want to say it wrong. Gutier. I've got it wrong already. And he was like, I'm really pleased with the list that's come in from the community, because a lot of the stuff was already stuff we were busy working through. So that's just to give you an idea of what we're going on. But like Zach said, we'd like to show you a bit more stuff from behind the scenes as we go on.
Yeah, it's also worth noting, obviously we're aware, like I've said, of there's graphic changes and optimization, but we have many different teams within the development team. So obviously you've got people that focus on UI, people that focus on performance, etc. So it's worth noting that while these things are ongoing and visible for you, it doesn't mean that other things aren't being worked on at the same time.
Sure. Right. We will see Dav anytime soon on live stream. Yeah, Dav loves coming on, so we'll get him back.
Yep.
We'll get him back.
Okay.
So what's next? Oh, it's narrative, right?
It is. Do you want to give us a bit of a?
I do.
A bit of a sneak peek. What can
one of the things I'm conscious of is I like to tease narrative, and I've just realised that at this moment in time, this current climate, people maybe think I'm teasing because I don't have an answer for narrative. So I'd like to give a bit more clarity on what's going on with the Azimuth Saga. So we are very, very shortly about to enter Act 2 of the Azimuth Saga, of which there are 6 acts, right? So that's me telling you very clearly how many acts there are in the Azimuth Saga. It is a saga. There is an ending. Something will happen. It is for every single player. And this morning, to give you some indication of how important narrative is to the team and I, we were having a conversation on what happens post that, because something definitely happens at the end of the narrative for the Azimuth Saga. In terms of dates, I don't want to. Do you know what? I don't want to give dates away too much, because there's certain elements that are in flux depending on what players do. So I can't necessarily give confirmed dates on when every single act is. We're trying to space it like every 1 to 2 months an act, depending on what players do and or find. So it's very hard to sort of nail that bit down, because it is a little bit fluid. In terms of people want sort of updates on the overall expanding narrative of Elite, that's almost impossible to give. We have a like where we're at with the narrative in terms of like what we know is going on in the galaxy, which is this. I've spoken about this before. These broad stroke sort of phases, but the actual like what's happening when and what the CG is going to be, that very much depends on what players are doing around the other elements within the Elite Dangerous Galaxy. So narrative isn't going to stop. It's very important. In fact, once Odyssey is and everyone can be together, I will be looking at just what else we can do within the game to add in some more narrative elements that's a little bit more unique. But I think you'll find that some stuff that's going to be going on in the latter part, certainly of the Azimuth Saga, there's stuff there that I don't think players have ever experienced before. So I'm quite looking forward to getting there. But again, I don't want to say too much because I'll ruin it for people.
We've got to be very careful. Okay. Well, that's everything in terms of game news. We are going to move into community stuff now. Arthur, I don't know if there's anything you want to clear off before we do so, or are you happy to move on?
No, I think that's it. Look, I just want to say to everyone, end of June, we'll let you know where we're at with the optimization of the game and the sort of planetary tech. We'll have assessed it all and seen like what we've managed to get right is working now as intended, and then assess all the information that you very kindly sent through to us and say, like, right, when can we potentially get this fixed and how will that fix be deployed? And at the end of that, I'd also like to have like our first, it'd be ideal for me to have our first developer day, so at the end of June, to have like a whatever we're going to call it, the developer dive. That sounds awful.
Yeah.
It's like a terrible reality show, doesn't
It's
it?
going to be picture like a sort of town hall kind of thing, chat. That's the idea we've got. We'll be taking, feedback from yourselves. We'll be asking questions to the devs and getting a bit of an insight onto the behind the scenes stuff.
Okay.
Nice. Cool. Okay. Well, let's move straight on then. Doesn't mean that you can't get your questions coming. We can obviously answer them as and when they come through. But we are going to move on to some community stuff. And yes, I am keeping an eye on if Bruce gives us an update on the Rackham's Peak situation. Don't worry.
Has he seen it?
He has seen it. Yeah, he's aware. He's aware.
Oh, he'll be screwing away, Chad. Don't worry. He'll be asking.
Right. So, first things first.
So there's someone has just said something there.
Yeah.
And it is accurate. Words don't mean much, and we appreciate that, which is why I'm saying to you, wait until the end of June. And I don't expect you to believe me or take what I'm saying as a given. But at the end of June, we will deliver our first update to you when we will tell you what is going on. So I can only say just watch and see by our actions. But you are absolutely correct. That is something we need to earn.
Yeah. I've seen an exclamation point Bruce in the chat. That won't actually do anything, but I would like to see that more often. So please do, please do use exclamation point Bruce at any point. Okay, first things first. It's a strong favourite of mine, Alf. You probably know what it is already. It's some Lego. It's some Lego. It's This is more from the legendary Beef 1213. This time they've got a Type 7. It looks great. Lots of exclamation point Bruce in the chat. I appreciate that. But yeah, great work as always. And actually, he's uploaded a video for this one. So if you're actually interested in how Beef puts these together, if you put exclamation point T7 in the chat on Twitch, you'll head to a YouTube video that they uploaded in which they show the design process of these Lego builds. So it's actually quite interesting if you are a Lego fan and want to know how somebody puts something of this detail together. It's a really good watch. That's exclamation point T7. But it's interesting, right? Because the Type 7, in my opinion, now is not one of the prettier ships in Elite, in my opinion. But he somehow makes them look that way.
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. Is it a British ship?
It's not meant to be, right? That's not its purpose.
Yeah, I mean, it's in essence utility first, right? So it does what it's got to do. I mean, nothing beats the sheer beauty and majesticness of a chieftain. Right. Nothing ever will. Awesome. But I don't know if it's the ugliest ship in the game either.
No.
In my opinion, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the. Well, is it bottom right on my screen? The gunship doesn't really. Yeah, Federal doesn't do me any. Doesn't light any fires for me.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, the Mamba is my favorite looking ship. It's not my favorite ship in the game, but I think design-wise, it's my favorite. Oh,
I've just seen someone in chat say, that these mega builds. Someone's asked they could do a fleet carrier. I'd love to see a mega fleet
awesome.
Carrier. That'd be insane.
That'd be great. Like an actual. It would have to be a huge scale. It'd have to be as big as like the Star Destroyer ones and stuff you can get. Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, Super Star Destroyer. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Someone asked, as majestic as a Asp Explorer. Asp is very close to my heart, to be fair, but the Chieftain will always be my favourite.
Yeah, I think the Asp is close to. I think anyone who's dabbled in exploring has a bit of a soft spot for the Asp, right? Because it tends to be the go-to that everyone starts with. I'm the same. I agree.
It's what got me into Elite, in fairness, exploring in my Asp, because I didn't really know what else I was doing, and that was how many years ago that was. But I do love my Asp. In fact, it's just between my Asp and my Chieftain you often find me in. I do have a Corvette, but I can't. I'll be honest, I'm just not good enough to fly it, chat. It's too big. It's too much ship for me. So I don't really play it that much, use it that often.
I understand. Okay. Next up, we've got a couple of close call videos. Actually, this one is from Commander Udo Shooter on Reddit. I'm playing it now. Let me know about the audio chat. They drop out of Supercruise in very very scary place, I would say. I'm sure you're on a delay, but
I'm on about a 5 to 7 second delay.
That's fine. Not something that I would want to experience. Chat, I'm sure you're seeing this right now. Yeah, I mean, I would be. I would be like, pull up.
Yeah,
get me out.
That is a code brown, Zach, in the trade.
That is very true. Yeah, that's an accurate code. And next up, got another close call actually. This one's from Commander Volker. This one is actually kind of a different thing in which they get close to some asteroids, maybe too close, you would say. And then the close call is them, in fact, having to get back to the station.
They shatter their... Oh,
yeah. Yeah. But they do manage. They do manage to get back, and I'm leaving this on because there's a nice bit of parking that goes on here, and I'm a terrible parker in Elite Dangerous. And,
do you know what? When you hit the first asteroid, I was like, "Oh, it's not too bad."
Yeah.
And then as it span around, I was like, "Oh yeah,
gets worse." Wait till you see this little maneuver, and I'm sure chat is going to flood the chat with, "That's normal. Don't know what you're talking about." But for me, this would be a very difficult landing to pull off, but they do it very well.
Shortsy says, "Will there be any new features added in Odyssey down the line?" Yes, we'll talk more about those later on.
Indeed.
FA off for life, yo. I feel so bad about saying stuff like that. Even when I say that's sick, I just get this pang of like self-guilt.
Sluggish says, "Please do more close call compilations." Yeah, maybe we will. Yeah, but yeah, well done for making it back. I think I would be panicking straight away. Yeah, people in chat saying that's not that hard. Exactly what I expected to happen. Nice. Okay, next up, we've actually got a bit of community news. So, the Expedition Discovery 3307 got underway, I believe, this week. And this is led by Commander Excalibur 009. Got a video that I'll play. If you want to follow along with them, I think it's a group of about 16 commanders. If you put exclamation point Excalibur, no E, so it's XCALIBER. You can head over to the Twitch channel. But yeah, they're off on a pretty fancy expedition.
I love watching this. I love watching jumps like this.
Yeah, they're my favourite, right? Like I said, I think I've said many times, it's one of my favourite parts of Elite, the mass jumps. This is a route that they're going on if you are interested. They've got about 4 months of their journey, I think. And it's obviously trying to cover... They've got quite a lot of the galaxy to go, but that's going to be good. Okay, and we've actually got a video next up from Science Keeper. This is one that I don't know if you've seen yet, Arf. We were tagged with this on social. It's a nice little exploration video. So
was it one with the music behind? That's like a dumb question. Was it the one? Yeah, I did. I really enjoyed this video. I'm sorry, I'm on delay. So yes, I really enjoyed that video.
We'll go away, so you won't see us or hear us, but we'll play this video for a few minutes. So please enjoy, chat. And there we have it. Great video, right, chat? I've seen lots
Yeah,
of
he's
lots of
amazing work
positive.
by Science Keeper.
If you actually want to check out his YouTube, you can put !Science Keeper, all one word, in the chat. That should head you there. But yeah, well done as always. Nice sights in that one. Okay, last thing we've got here, Alf, is something that you actually told us about just before we went live. It's a couple of 3D prints from, I believe, Mal for the win, right?
Yeah, he sent me a few weeks ago, but I'm sure you can appreciate, chat, I was a little bit busy, and I just totally forgot to share because these look incredible, and they're big as well, right? I left the dimension, 40 inches or something.
They are quite big.
And I believe it was I think it was for Psychic. I'm not sure.
I think it was for Psychic. That I can pretty much confirm. I do remember that part. Yeah, very nice.
Arthur, come to Poland. We'll show you my astronomical observatory. I mean, that is a line I've never heard used on me before.
Okay, Bruce is currently typing, chat. So some exclamation point Bruce is in the chat to maybe push it through quicker.
Cool.
Right. So for an update, there is an issue on the tracker. In fact, let me see if I can paste this in the chat. If you are having the issue, please do use the issue tracker and confirm this.
I think Heather G did post it in there.
The issue already?
I think so.
Okay.
I did see it go past, but I think she did.
Nice. I'll post it just in case. So please go onto there and confirm if you're having the same problem, and we will look into that.
Saga says that is hers. Yes, there we go.
Nice.
Who printed a Corvette? That was Mal for the win, I believe.
Okay. And that is actually all the community stuff. So we've actually got stellar screenshots up next.
Yeah,
which is
cool.
always a highlight.
I haven't seen any. I've been. Well, Zach will testify, not just because he's in my team, but I have been AFK working behind the scenes a lot recently. So I haven't seen any of these, and there's a delay. So please bear with me for making. If you want me to make comments, Zach, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I can wait. Right. So let's get started then. The first one. In fact, let me explain what Stellar Screenshots is. If this is the first time you're tuning in, Stellar Screenshots is our weekly, screenshot competition in which we, you show off the beauty of Elite Dangerous and we just share it, really. If you are picked in the top 10, you'll be featured on our socials, on Instagram and on the streams. And you also get access to one of, I think, 3 unique Asp Explorer paint jobs. So plenty of incentive to enter. If you do want to enter, you can do so using the hashtag Stellar Screenshots on Twitter. You can post on the Stellar Screenshots thread on the forums, or you can find the latest Stellar Screenshots post on Facebook and post under there as well. But yeah, let's jump into it, shall we?
So this is Commander Akenbosch. I like this shot. It is in motion. I'm sure it's in motion. You see the dust kicking up. But I'm assuming they are going in reverse because the track lines are in front of. You're right, actually. SRV. I
didn't even notice. That's a good eye, Alf.
Mate, if I told you about the work I used to do for a living, and that'll blow your mind. But yeah, it's a really cool shot. Were they brain trees in the background?
Yep, looks like
it. And then a ringed blue gas giant. Beautiful shot.
Yep. Next up, we've got this one from Commander BP, and nice little, very, very close planet to the moon, to whatever this one is. I mean, it's very. I feel like, I don't know, this is obviously not true, but since I've been playing Odyssey, I feel like I've been seeing these kind of things more often. Maybe it's just because I'm noticing the size of the planets when I'm out walking about compared to before.
Possibly, yeah.
I don't know, it just seems like this is happening more often. It also looks like there's a slight ring around that planet.
I've got it on a little screen, mate. I
very,
can't
very
really
slight.
Yeah, you mean like a tenuous atmosphere, you mean?
No, like an asteroid ring, very, very thin. You probably can't see it on your end.
I can't see it on my little screen, mate. I can't.
Yeah.
Screen envy.
Great image.
Yeah, really cool image. Also, good sense of scale there as well.
Yeah. Next up, this one's from Commander Crafe. Nice sunset shot. And I like the name of this ship. Teabag. It's just a teabag.
Oh wow, it's Diamondback, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, really, really cool.
Very nice. Very nice. Nice
Someone said
mountainous
Wookiee
region.
suit when? I don't know.
What was that?
A Wookiee suit. I mean,
Oh,
it would be great to live out your Star Wars fantasies, right?
of all the crossovers we could do with Star Wars, I think Wookiee suit may not be on the top 10
I
list.
think I think the House of Mouse might have a bit of an issue
True.
if we started selling Star Wars merch.
Very true. Very true. Next up
Yeah, it's a
is
really cool shot. Really cool
yeah,
shot.
this one's from Commander. Oh wow, Jaffagon. I'm gonna guess. Very nice equipment on this commander. They look very
Beg your pardon, Zach.
equipment.
It's not a show. It's a great shot, actually, though. Really cool shot.
Very nice. Some nice mountains, and then obviously the planet in the background. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very well framed, Arf, I would say.
Is it the rule of thirds? Someone tried to explain this to me.
Yeah.
But it's a very good screenshot. I like it because it means the name isn't obscuring anything, which is sometimes an issue we have. But a very, very cool shot.
Yep.
Also, the colours of the suit work really well with this shot.
Yeah, it's cool. Next up, this one is from Commander Gibbard, and this bit, like the first time I saw this, I immediately thought of Alien. I think it's just because of the green hue, but I mean it's fantastic image.
Where is that?
It looks like it's probably a megaship that's been attacked by Thargoids, right?
Our friends, the Thargoids. That's a really cool shot. Yeah, it reminds me of the bit at the end of Aliens, where Bishop comes to rescue Ripley, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Right, we've had two sci-fi references. We're doing well here. Or a Borg cube. Someone else said that's a fair point. Yeah, it could be a Borg cube.
True. This one from Commander Logic Me, and it looks like they're at a Thargoid surface site, I believe that is. Very nice Asp Explorer.
Yes.
Asp in front of things as always. Nice hue to the atmosphere.
I don't think you want to be down there. It might whiff a bit. But yeah, that's cool.
Okay, next up, this one's from Commander.
Anything to do with the Thargoids is always very ominous, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's the point, right?
Is it, Zach?
Well,
is it?
I've been converted before I started here. I was kind of a Thargoid sympathizer, and the community since I started has basically turned me around. But I mean, who knows, right? I'm not going to make a proper statement either way. I'm going to sit on the fence, right on the middle of the fence.
I love this shot. This has got big Western vibes.
It's awesome.
Just the stars poking around the crescent of the moon above.
Yeah.
Really cool. Really cool.
That's my favorite.
And also the
suit as well.
The different the plainsman outfit. I think it's got the blue one on, so you just get the highlights of the blue on there. Really nice shot.
It's awesome. Someone says, when will we get cowboy hats? I'm pretty sure I would count the plainsman hat as a cowboy hat, right?
I would say it's definitely got the. I mean, it's called the plainsman.
Yep.
So they're in there.
Yeah, well done, Commander Mr. Hunt. Very well done. This one is from Commander Russet Melees, I'm going to guess. Very, very, very nice planet here that they've discovered. It looks like so many mountains on there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's very different from what I've seen.
That's incredible.
I love it. But a very different shot.
Super cool. And no shipping shot, right?
No, it looks like the ship must be behind the camera, I believe.
Yeah. That's super cool.
Very nice. This next one, Commander Sindri Valuspa, and this one's awesome. Alf, when you see this, I think you're gonna like it. This again, the lighting really steals the show on this one, especially with this. I think it's one of the sort of raider outfits.
Oh, this is a bit of me.
It's really cool.
This is a bit of me. Yeah, that's really cool. I also like the way they've got like the advert on the suit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Very, very creepy. What does that remind me of? It reminds me of something. Probably every horror movie I've ever watched.
Yeah.
I kind of mix and match my suits up. I think I'm using a part of the Raider outfit on my my Dominator suit, and it's mixed with. I think it's mixed with Plainsman trousers.
Right.
Got accessorized when you go to war.
Yep.
I'll just stroll in.
I think people are starting to, they've had the bit of the sort of period of getting used to Odyssey, and now we're starting to see some even more creative shots, especially like in the on foot section, starting to come through with the lighting and stuff like that. It's really great.
I'm a big fan of like the super zoomed in on like a particular detail.
Yeah.
Thing. I really like that sort of stuff.
Awesome.
A bit like Rogue Trooper, yeah, a little bit like Rogue Trooper. I think it's the blue tinge
Yeah, I can see that. Nice. And last but not least, it wouldn't be stealth screenshots picked by Paul if there was not a burning station. So thanks for putting this one last, Paul. We can end on a note of destruction. This one's from Commander Wolf ZX12R. Very nice shot either way. But yeah, nice little
super cool
burning station.
Super cool. Paul never gets tired of this sort of stuff, by the way, chat. So expect to see these all the time.
It's the easy way in, chat. It's the easy way in. But yeah, that's it. That's all the stealth screenshots. Thank you everybody who entered. I feel like they're getting better week on week, which is something considering they've always been ridiculous. So yeah, thank you everybody who entered. Okay, so I realise that we're already past our allotted time.
I see someone has joined us already, sneaked into the bar. I see them already.
Right.
I see a commander take a top.
Oh no.
Its way
well, we're going to have to end the stream immediately.
I'm more upset that he's actually found a way online. I've used all of my powers to keep him offline for so long.
Right. Well, do you want to? Should we give it a bit of a whirl to our plan up, or?
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind. Quite happy to. I enjoy playing Odyssey, so yeah. We were doing a universal greeting of crouch and stand. There we go. That's how it works.
Cool. Let's take it up. Okay. So, the plan for today, whether this will go to plan, probably not. Probably not. I just wanted to check out one of the Fargoid surface sites. It's probably like 3 jumps away, but I mean we can just head over there if you want to and have a look.
I'll go with you. That's all right.
Yeah, you can certainly try.
I'm a lazy traveller bum. Hear footsteps behind me.
Well. Hey, it's hot. Can't follow us, so.
I'm just hearing stuff.
Of all the people to get into the instance, it had to be Tater Tot, right?
I mean, we'll have to have words with our specialist online Tater Tot engineer. We like to call him the potato masher.
Yeah.
But find out what's going on there. Right behind you, Zakarama.
Right. So, this is something that I've done once before. I visited one of these sites once before. They're not necessarily too easy to track down, because they don't show up, I don't believe, initially when you do the surface scan. You kind of have to go around the planet and find it. I do have the coordinates for this one. So hopefully, and my maths and my coordinate tracking is not good, but we can certainly try. We're going to head over to this Fargoid surface site. You are on board, right, Arf?
I am, yes. I'm sat behind you. So I was reading chat. Some questions that came in. Why haven't we disconnected Crispy Tater Tot yet? I know, on it. Someone asked about emotes. We're aware people want emotes, so we are working on that as well, but no news on that just at the moment. Killer Buzz 07 late again. Sorry guys, don't have to apologise. Thanks for joining.
We're at Stargazer Base. Well, it's just called Stargazer, but for some reason I call it Stargazer Base because it sounds cooler. But this is
are we in the same ship? Yes, we're in the same ship.
Let me just show the station off before we get moving. It's actually an asteroid station.
Oh, that ship in front of us that just sort of did a loop looked like a riff from Star Trek Generations.
Oh, nice.
Going through. It's just their thing. The station is super cool.
It's awesome, right? Okay. Let's move on. Let's see if we can find the place. I'm just getting distracted by chat. I did bookmark this place. Let me see if I can find it. It's HIP 23269. That's where we're going.
All right.
3 jumps away.
Word for it. Sneaky Boo FPS, is it all about Odyssey and these live streams for PC players? I do want to do some more console streams, and that's something I need to work into at the moment. Even if it means I have to stream sort of outside of a normal schedule, but I need to work through the team and I. But at the moment, my priority is assessing and getting these communications with you guys regular and correct before I start taking more time out to stream. Oh, Are we ever going to get bar fights with rinky-dink piano music? I would love to see that added. It can't be a bar fight if something gets thrown through a window, and that would then mean everyone gets jettisoned into the station. I mean, I'm okay with that.
That would be that would be something. So Atma Prime says, how do you get that directional indicator to show up? If you're talking about the arrow, I'm playing on mouse and keyboard, and that's the sort of default thing that you see when you're using a mouse. This little arrow, if that is what you're talking about.
Da-da-da-da-da. Bear in mind, I've given you a hard time about crashing in a crate, and I'm now passenger in your crate. So we'll see how this one.
I'm not going to turn flight assist off, so.
You're not?
No, we should be safe.
Fine. Okay, well. Short Ski said bar fights and settlements, not stations. If you missed the other week's stream, Sally, bless her, accidentally caused us to have a bit of a bar fight.
Yeah.
On Nerty 57B, I think it was. Me and Zach were like, this place looks incredible, and walking around it. Sally got very excited and ran towards us. Now, when we're playing, we don't have any audio, so we can't hear the audio cues. And bless her, she missed the audio cue to stop and be scanned, which caused the guards to get quite aggressive. And us being us decide, well, you know, don't leave a member of the team in the field. We went, it became quite vicious.
Yeah, very much so. Now, it's worth noting, I've just got too close to the start because I'm a terrible pilot. But it's worth noting that we are in open. But for better or worse, we are in open. The idea, right, is that some of you who are watching might be able to join us on the planet and maybe deliver some of the stuff if we can get inside this surface site, because it might be an inactive one. Obviously, that comes with some risk. If the worst is to happen, we'll just go into private. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, please feel free to head to where we're heading if you want to help out, or just get on stream, I guess.
Arf, why do I have so many mosquito bites? They're really annoying. It's because you're so tasty. That's Pig that's saying that's because you didn't side scoop, Zach.
Absolutely not. I won't have any of that slander anymore, thank you. That English gent wants a quick rundown of the stuff that they've missed so far. A lot. We talked a bit about the roadmap. We talked about how we're going to move communication. We're going to change it going forward. We talked a bit about some of the stuff in Update 3. I would highly recommend, in this case, that you watch the VOD once we finish streaming, because there's quite a lot of info. Okay, so the planet is A1C. Is the one that we want to be aiming towards.
I miss either Crasher L. I think it's either Crasher L. We did mention the lighting in the game is one of the things that is on the agenda. Yes, so we aim to have that fixed by Update 5. Yes, it should be. If it's before then, fantastic, but it should be fixed by Update 5. That's the news I had earlier today. Acorn Forever, I've seen you ask this question many times. In terms of the grind and data needed, it's something we will look at and balance. But if you're talking about the on-foot stuff, that's only just got into the game, so stuff we'll need to assess the data as it comes in. But it's not to say it's fixed, no. You've upset the side scoopers again, Zach.
I don't care. I'll be holding my ground on this one. I think I upset them weekly at this point, because I talk about it weekly. So, I believe this surface site is at the coordinates -44.67 and 98.29. Now, I'm not an expert at all in terms of coordinates and stuff. So I'll do my best. But if you are an expert,
If you surface scan it, detailed surface scan it, would it appear?
No, I don't believe so. I don't believe it does. No.
Okay.
I think you have to get closer. Someone in chat will actually be able to tell me. I think you have to get closer.
I'm not sure if you're trolling or not, but the engineering wasn't in the alpha. Arthur's jump drive screams Arthur in an angelic song every time he jumps out of hyperspace. I mean, sure, I wouldn't mind that.
Right.
The Death Star was a side scoop.
I saw that. Right, this is where the fun begins, as some people might say. I've deactivated, and now I'm going to head closer so that I can see the coordinates and try my best.
Come on, Andrew. Arthur, sorry if you replied, but I had to go back to work earlier for a minute or two. No need to apologise. I hope I answered your question. If I didn't, I'll try to. Sorry if I missed it. I don't know how to. That's every answer. Sorry.
So we're heading for -44, first of all.
Oh, hang on. Everyone's saying, look, you're side flying now.
I'm not
flying, not side
I'm not going around
that.
it exactly. I'm not scooping right now. Very different, chat. Hang on. See, now I'm side.
Zach is doing it old school. Oh boy. I mean, I'm with you. I'm a bit worried about this. He's doing it. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Zach just makes me nervous, anyways.
I've gone wrong already. I need to. T8. We'll figure it out. Okay, this is progress. This is progress.
Is it though, Zach?
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
I think it is.
Someone's giving some really good advice here. Point the nose at the ground and full throttle in. I think that's going to end one way.
That would be a terrible, terrible idea. Thank you very much.
Bad pun to me. Just past the Tommy cultivation facility in Chinook. What are you growing there, Arthur? Do you know what? I didn't know until Stream posted in there the other day that it's actually stuff with my name on, which I'm very, very pleased about. But I haven't visited any of my namesake locations, so I don't know. I can't see what's being grown in there in my name.
Oh, hang on. Hang on. Don't want to get too far away, but there's a notable signal in the top right.
I thought it showed off.
Like sometimes it takes a while.
He just never believes me. You always treat me like such a dad, Zach. You're always like, oh no, I know what I'm doing.
Is it the artificial?
This is where I found out I'm wrong. Andrew says, scan the planet, your destination will be available.
I don't think it is that one, right? Maybe it is.
We don't know Arthur's growing. Just the beard.
It's not the artificial structure. I'm pretty certain of that.
I'm fairly certain that's what you're after, mate.
Well, we'll go there, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Yeah, it's not.
You're not. You don't think it's that?
No. It's
Right.
See, it does show up sometimes. -44, 98 is where we're trying to head to.
It's micro T. Depends what the feedback's on, buddy. I'm not sure. If it's related to UI, we have specific threads. If it's performance, we have specific threads. But yeah, let me know. Shrek the movie says, are there any landable green planets? I want to find planet Shrek. I don't know. It's a big galaxy, quite possibly. It shows up there. So Commander Geisman says it shows up as unknown structure.
That's it. That's what it shows up as. I just flew too far away. Would you believe, Chive, I said that I did this earlier? Probably not, right?
RB 7, our space was planned for any future update, and not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. We're going the right way again.
You're going the right way, are you?
Yeah, slowly.
All right. I trust you.
If we don't get there, we don't get there, but I'm trying.
Commander Fang Darker says, drop into glide, it might show.
I could do that. Should I try that?
It's all about learning, mate. Let's do it.
Okay.
It says, so the official radio says it doesn't shut the nav panel. It can still be manually targeted from Supercruise by looking at the signal sources from space.
Right.
So there's two very different tactics there. One come out of glide, one go back in Supercruise.
Unknown structure scan. That's the one we want, I believe.
Found it?
Yep.
Awesome sources. Thank you very much for the advice. Crispy is asking for a team invite. I mean, this goes against my natural... I'm sure, actually, well, we'll let him in. Come on. We can't keep being mean to Crispy. I mean,
okay,
I can.
1 second. I need to add him as a friend then, right?
I mean, if we got to.
I guess so. Was his actual username Tater Tot? Not
It is Tater Tot, yeah. Tater Tot.
Oh, we are already friends.
Oh, there you go. Awkward. When will drops come back? We're working on drops at the moment. They will come back, that's for certain. But
Press unfriend.
oh, there you go. See, I figured that's the case. He's being nice. He's actually at the structure.
Oh wow, okay. Well, it's nice that he only offered that once I'd figured out where the structure is.
The HUD colour thing, I will definitely pass on. I know a lot of people use different coloured HUDs on their personal accounts. I know Bruce does on his. I'll absolutely pass that on. Reported player Crispy Tater Tot is in game. Should not be in game.
I did learn this trick from somebody where it's best to fly upside down if you're trying to find something on a surface, which I do agree with.
I can't see, I haven't got an extended camera. We dark side of the...
Yeah, we are, unfortunately. The actual place might be on the light side. It was at the dark side earlier, but maybe it's going to be friendly to us now.
Arthur, when will ship clubs be added to the back of the bar? There's no DIY sections at all in any of the space stations. Some said, or sideways.
Absolutely not. Well, you know what? I'm not going to rule out sideways flying on a planet surface. I'll accept that. It looks like it is going to be dark off, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Just conscious of our super batteries and such.
Yeah.
Try and get close, young blood.
Okay.
Oh, have you got your not? Oh, yeah, there we are.
Yeah.
There we are. There we are. There we are.
There's a very loud vehicle outside. I don't know if you can hear it, chat. I can shut my window. Let me land first.
Don't multitask, Zach.
Yeah.
You're doing this FA off as it is.
No, we're not.
Oh, you're not? Don't know if you're getting down there.
Yeah, we should be able to. I mean, let's see if the computer can do it for us. You can't hear anything. Well, that's good. The Tater Tot has landed around here, apparently.
Oh, that's fine. As long as yeah, okay. So I'm looking at it in my screen. I'm looking at your screen, and it's like because I'm got night vision on my screen. It's the sound effects that I know are present.
Well, you're missing them.
I'm not getting anything. But I've watched plenty of these streams, so I don't think I'm going to be as scared.
Right. Let's see. There's got to be a place to park around here.
There's got to be a place to park. It's not a shopping centre, mate.
Maybe I'll just do it myself with the.
Oh, hang on. Ultra Zippy's saying that he's not landed there. He's in an SRV. I didn't think you'd get that close in the ship.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, look at. Do you know what, chat? Just the trouble with you today. You try and give him a little bit of advice, and it's you don't know nothing. You wait. We'll be dead in a minute. Oh, I see the scanners. They should. The scavengers. Sorry, they should be all right.
Yeah.
Bother them.
You know what? Maybe I should. Maybe I should move further out.
Oh, I mean, if you know best, it's your best, mate. It's up to you. How many SRVs have you got? One. So I guess I'm hoofing it then, since you're on camera.
So you're gonna have to try and get through the door if you can while it's open. Oh, there we go. Right. It looks like we found somewhere.
Oh, you found some, have you?
I think so.
Oh, in the words of Jack Sparrow, there'll be no living with him now.
It's thinking about it. It is thinking about it. If we can't do it, we'll do it ourselves.
Take it off auto and try and, if it's got a spot, just land it.
Yeah, 1 second.
I'm literally backseat driving.
Literally, yeah. Yeah, it's certainly. Don't think it's working.
Oh.
It likes it here.
Does it?
Almost.
Put my
go.
System. Oh, nice. BEA uniform.
Right, so...
Are you going to get on foot or are you going to get SRV? Because I'm just conscious the last time I got out with an SRV with one of my team, I got run over.
Do you want to get out in the SRV if you can?
No, I'm out on foot, mate. You're on stream. You do your thing.
You need to try and find a door.
There's one right here, mate. Literally come out to your right-hand side. There's a door.
Again, I don't know if anyone who's joined us here has got the tools required to do this.
Another I see Tater Tot coming in. I think it's Tater Tot. I hope it's Tater Tot.
We've got somebody else here as well, which is fine. Tater Tot seems to have taken some damage.
So another crate landing in. Cool. Are you on foot or are you in the SRV,
I'm in
mate?
the SRV.
All right. I'm just going to hoof it over to the door.
Okay. Oh, this one. So some of the doors seem to open and some of them don't. Or some of them have got like no way to go down there, which is fine.
Okay, well you let me know if you find one and I'll come to you.
Yeah, I'm following the one that you're... So from my testing, I think you have to... they don't open for when you're on foot. Sometimes they open if you're in an SRV. I know in the old days you had to have an item. Sometimes that seems to still be the case, and sometimes it doesn't.
What's this on the floor right here, Zach?
I don't know what we're in.
Hang on. Well, I'm getting distinct alien vibes here. Is it? Nobody touched nothing.
I'm not going to run half over. Right.
I can't get through. Stuck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe because I'm not in an SRV. Try. It can't be right.
So what?
Maybe it hasn't opened for me. I don't know. Oh, you're in?
Yeah, no. Maybe you need to come in your own SRV.
Oh, I am sad.
Let me see.
I'm sad face. So everyone else is going in. Don't worry. You guys go in. Thanks for bringing 2 SRVs, Zach. Really appreciate it, mate.
Well, I mean, now we've discovered something we can look into, right? If that is a thing.
Yeah.
So who else is in here? We've got Tater Tot has to be.
Well, you're now blocking the door, so no one else can get in. But I can't get past him.
You can't get past.
Interesting.
I wonder if there's a way that we could. You need an SRV to get past the door.
Commander Goatee, nice to see you, and thank you for joining us.
Oh, now the door's closed.
The door's just closed. Guys, no! And they were never seen again.
Well, I guess we could have a quick explore. It's up to you, Al.
Yeah, look, you're in there, mate. Show the stream. Like, it's okay. It's okay.
Let's have a look then, chat. Park the SRV in the doorway. Yeah, we tried that, but then the couldn't get in. So we'll definitely look into that. Because that would be something I would like to work.
You just if you just run off on foot,
yep.
You left your SRVs all blocking the door.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the worst people. You're the sort of people that park in the mother and kids parking bays at Tesco's, aren't you? Just parked it there. Commander Goatee wants to go and have a look, and you just left it all in there. Disgusting.
I wonder if we can sort of cheese our way in of getting everybody in, because Commander Tater Tot has run off with my SRV. So.
You know,
yeah, we could try and push the SRV out of the door.
What do you mean? Push it? I physically can't walk past it, mate. It's like an invisible barrier for me.
Okay,
it's like the door is still closed on my screen, but I can see into the structure.
So where are you now?
I'm literally above. I'm stood on your SRV.
Right. And you can't get... If we try and, like,
Go forwards. See if you can drag me in. No. You cannot.
Right. Tater Tot, I'm going to get out of this SRV, if you're listening.
Get out outside, though, Zach, and then see if you can walk in. And then I'll see if I can take the SRV through.
I want to see if Tater Tot can push this one.
But surely you can just reverse it out, right?
If I reverse it out, I probably can't get back in.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. All right.
So... Oh no, Tater Tot's in. Try and push it. And if not, we'll just carry on. And we'll look into this.
No, I don't think it's good. Oh, is the handbrake on?
No, well, I've not left it on. This is what Elite's all about, right?
Just need to get it to me. And if I can get in it. Pivot.
Come on, put some welly into it.
Pivot. Or a little bit more. Actually, I'll step back a little bit. Because I can just see you going straight over and running me over.
Like that, almost. I'm sure my SRV is going to be taking some time. Oh, watch out, Al.
Oh, hang on. Right, I'm now in the SRV.
Right. You're in.
Right, that's what we can look at. But we're in. What happens if I get out?
You should be able to look down and disembark.
No, I mean, will I get booted out?
I don't know.
Let's see what happens, chat.
Any look? Oh, looks like there's
I mean, oh yeah, this is wicked. It's very much like Aliens, man.
Okay, let's just have a look, because we're probably not going to be able to activate the. I'm assuming the people who came with us didn't bring any bits.
No, the Ghosty might have something. I'm not
Maybe.
sure.
But we'll need an SRV, I think,
really
for that.
cool. I don't really realise how big this place is. The SRV.
Yeah.
Hello, friendly scavengers. And there it is.
What's this? Is this an egg?
I mean, this is so 2020. Get a selfie! I'm standing on this giant egg thing. I'm not sure what the noise of it coming from that.
Okay. My ship is under attack. Oh, my ship's destroyed. What happened to it?
It looks like there's some unfriendly people outside there.
Oh, well, that's likely. That's likely.
Oh, well, at least we got inside to have a look first.
I should probably send it away, right? I love this.
Super cool.
Have you seen this when it's been activated, Al?
Only videos of it. I haven't done it myself.
Yeah,
you
really
did it,
cool.
I think, one of your first streams, didn't you?
Yeah, it's really cool. You should definitely try it. Maybe we can come back here with. We'll get it actually arranged and.
Yeah.
Get it booted up because it's really.
What happens if I land on this thing? Will it? Oh,
No. Did it take you with you?
a little bit. Hi, friend. I'm just jumping on top to see. I'm just gonna scavenger racing.
Oh, that would be. Imagine if you could like take control of them.
Oh, oh, oh! This could be a game. See how long you can stand on for.
This one's moving. I can't get close to this one.
Oh, I was messing around too much.
Oh.
Goodbye.
I'm on. Oh. Yeah, I'm on.
I wouldn't hang around too much up there, Zach. It disconnected me for doing that.
Oh,
It crashed
really?
the game out. Yeah.
Okay. Let's head out. Let's head out, and if we can get out actually, because I believe there's we'll end the stream after we've done this, but I believe there's a sort of geysers here that do boost you up a little bit. I'll probably get killed on the way out actually if there's people out there, but that's fine. We can end the stream that way.
It's just want to address something in chat from Mono XP, who's obviously having a bit of a moan. You have to invent your own game. The whole point of Elite Dangerous is it's a sandbox, and you can do whatever you want to do. You can do your CGs, you can take part in the narrative, but the biggest thing that we enjoy watching the most is seeing what players do with the universe that's provided to them. If you don't like doing that, you don't have to do it. But there's no reason to not have fun if you see an opportunity.
Yeah.
That's my one bit of life advice.
Okay, let's see if we can get out.
Oh, Mr. Goatee, apologies that I dragged you out with me. That is my bad. But thank you for getting me in.
Oh no, we got the crash too. I don't think these scavengers were too happy with our. They weren't too happy with our getting into the site itself, and two, messing about with the scavengers.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff that aren't used to seeing actual humanoids on foot in there. So there's things we have to work out.
But yeah, we'll definitely go back there actually and boot it up and see what it's like. That'll be awesome. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us. As a quick recap before we end today's stream, we did obviously talk a lot about the change in our communication going forward and the roadmap. And also, some bits that are coming in update 3 and some stuff on the narrative. So if you have joined in later than we started, I would recommend specifically on this stream.
Satan Tots Revenge. Sorry, I just read that.
He actually did get revenge. I would recommend checking out the first 30 minutes, especially of this stream, where we answer a lot of your questions. Hopefully, chat, you can see that we are putting in a lot of effort to change the way that we do communicate, and this is basically just the start of things to come. So yeah, please do keep sending us all your great Odyssey adventures. We do love to see those, and please obviously keep sending your feedback. Arf, have you got any final words for today?
No, that's it really. I think you covered it off fantastically well, Zach. There, I'm not going to go through the whole spiel again at the start. There's a lot we spoke about in terms of roadmap and communications going forward. What I will say is this: I understand players' frustrations, I understand players' anger. As I said right at the start, please make sure you're civil. Please don't destroy what other people are enjoying. We are listening, but if I find that you are using, if you are attacking other players or staff or devs, I won't listen to your message and your whole point will be lost. So please just don't keep it civil. I do appreciate the anger and the frustration, but it isn't an excuse for some of the things I have seen online. So that's that. Ready for me?
Okay then. So yeah, we'll be back on Thursday. I believe you'll be playing some conflict zones, right, Arf?
I am going back into the conflict zones, and I kind of want to be my character because I spent 7.5. I found a grade 3 shotty in my personal game, and it absolutely destroys things. It cost me 7.5 million credits, so we'll be going doing some of that, but hopefully it'll be my actual character.
Yep. So with that in mind, please do join us on Thursday. And as we said, we will raid somebody, so please do stick around while we pick somebody to raid. But yeah, this is obviously just the start of the things to come, start of the changes that we're going to be doing in communication. So I hope you enjoyed the first part of that. So until next time, 07 Commanders.
07 all. Thanks again, Zach.